The Almasi League, for me, I think the most important and inspiring parts of it over this year has been meeting a group of writers and people who I feel I'll know for a long time, even after the course is finished. And these are writers who, working with over the year, I felt really supported by and I felt like I could support, because in every session that we did once a month, it would either be having your piece read and being given feedback on that piece, or you reading somebody's piece and giving feedback on theirs.
I feel that the Almassy League, from where we started to where we are now, has really given me a lot of structure, but also freed me as a writer. It's freed me because we've had texts that spoke to the kind of writing that we wanted to write from other BME writers, literary criticism from BME writers, which is quite rare.
It's a really good space. It's been a really good space to actually give myself permission to say, you know what, yeah, okay, you're here, you're on this course, you're with other amazing writers. You know, I've met, you know, these amazing women, and yeah, you deserve to be here, and your voice is valid.
Having this group of these other women writers, the support has been amazing. It's something I've not had on any of my other writing courses, not from any of my other groups. It's really inspirational to hear their writing and to help them edit, but also just having that group of people that will tell me, you know, it's okay, there is an audience for this, keep going. It's really been, I can't put a price on that, really.
The impact that the Almassy League has had on my writing has been quite immense, actually, for a number of reasons, and that's because working with the group has been particularly positive. With my writing, I tend to be working by myself, so working collectively with others has been incredibly supportive, and I believe it's given me the momentum to keep going. Otherwise, I'd be working in a vacuum without any feedback.
And I think what Courtty has done, in a way, has given me an opportunity to fail. And I think that's really important, to be experimental in my work and to explore it in such a way that I can try stuff out. And I think workshopping that with other writers who are incredibly ambitious and far more advanced down the publishing route than I am has been a really valuable experience.
Don't say I didn't say it, but there'll be a curfew tonight. Let's hope. Well, the pin burrowed through the taut hairs above the back of Anoma's neck. Of course it hurt. Updos always hurt. Has she forgotten? Oh, let me see now. Amma's hands treaded along her scalp, looking for new inroads. So, they would be late, the proposal party. Even as the indigo plumage of her mother's ossuary perspired quietly behind her, she felt relief.
In workshopping, it's helped us walk that line between what is story and what is tourism. Do we italicize African words because they're in English texts? These sorts of discussions I didn't have in other places, and I'd done an MA, I'd workshop stuff before, but this context was safe and freeing, and Courtty himself was the definition of a great mentor in the way he supported and guided us as well, and then left us to do our own thing. I point my cudgel at them. This golden stool unites you who have travelled from the corners of this land, Denchira, Akwemu, Achim, Asin, Adansi, the northern vassal states. The earth trembles as I name them. From today, you are Ashanti. Lightning flashes and the sky is colors between red and black. They will later tell me that this is the point when my eyes began to fill with images of fire and war.
Courtty, he's a very good mentor in that he's gentle, but there's no excuses. You know, it's like, okay, well, you're a writer, so, you know, by default, you have to write. Marvin waits until she's in the bathroom and he can hear her in the shower before he allows himself to examine the room. Some light manages to find its way through the filter of the net curtains. The sitting room faces west, and in summer should be flooded with sunlight in the afternoon, but he knows the room will not get any brighter than it is now. The crimson curtains are only ever opened a fraction during the day. His mother insisted the sunlight would bleach her decor, and so forbade its presence in her home.
I think for me the Almasi League has been about, yes, developing my writing, but a big part of what I've experienced on the course has been all the stuff that isn't writing, in a way. It's made me read different kinds of books. Cortia gave us quite a lengthy reading list at the start, and also it's helped me with all these other things I didn't know anything about. I kind of had a finished novel when I joined the course and the Writer's Nice Yearbook, and thinking, what do I do now? So Cortia has helped me through the stage of getting an agent, talking to publishers, dealing with rewrites. I thought they were moving to Crouch End. They look up and wave at me, and I fold myself into the curtain. I don't want them to see me. Why are they always so concerned about what goes on in here? Getting Dad's food shopping, making sure he's online, those are my jobs. They're probably just after this flat. They probably want to knock through the walls and make a bedroom for any tiny third world orphans they're planning to adopt.
Attending the mentoring sessions on a monthly basis, and then the tutorials with Cortia, who is, who really, I suppose he's like the author whisperer. He really brings out the best in people and really nurtures their sort of strengths. So that's also been really good. And I think really, and I think it's probably been said before, having that safe space has been really helpful.
Kamita Mukherjee lit 2 incense sticks and pushed them into the holes of a fluted brass burner. She took one step back and pressed her palms together while raising them to her forehead. Closing her eyes tightly, she prayed for strength to keep fighting. Her eyes opened to the sight of a walnut framed picture of Durga hanging on the office wall. A garland of marigolds adorned the goddess, and for a perfect moment Kamita breathed in the sandalwood perfume drifting from her makeshift altar, squashed between 2 filing cabinets.
Working on your piece, it's quite solitary, and you're just really trying to get to grips with what, you know, the ideas in your head and getting them on paper. So knowing that you have also a deadline to reach and submit a piece by is really useful, because as a writer I need those deadlines, and I need someone to say, you know, you need to have this piece done by now, and then that's how I write and get something in.
He reaches out to mess the pattern and watches the dust dances in and out of the light. He looks at his hand, bathed in golden sun, beholds it, red membrane, purple lines, middle knuckle swollen, gashes yet to heal. He retreats and the dust settles again. Neighbour Jane no longer knocks on the door, not because Mum's never in, but because there isn't much to say to each other. He thinks of Neighbour Jane's face, but the image is as transient as the dust in the light. Her voice is distant. A car's wheels drag along gravel as someone pulls out of a driveway. Apart from that, it's quiet. No clock on the wall, a nail in a circle of faded wallpaper where it used to be.
I hope also that I'll finish this piece of writing that I've been working on with the Almassy League, and when it is finished, and I will owe a lot of that to the Almassy League, so thank you very much.